was your best fine, I'll do it myself moment? A couple of months ago, my 14-year-old daughter Susie came home after spending 4 hours at the mall completely empty-handed, her shirt flipped inside out and her shorts scrunched up. She headed straight for her bedroom and locked her door. I heard her sobbing from the outside, and it took me almost 3 hours to get her to open up and explain what happened. She told me the security guard accused her of shoplifting earrings she never even touched. He grabbed her arm in the store and told her she needed to come with him. She kept saying she didn't take anything, but he wouldn't listen. He took her phone away. Then he led her through all these back hallways where there weren't any people or cameras. His office was in the basement, and it was just this small room with no windows. He left the door open a little bit, but stood right in front of it so nobody could see inside. First, he made her empty all her pockets and turn them inside out. Then he told her to take off her jacket and shake it out. She did everything he asked because she was scared and just wanted to leave. But then it got worse. He made her take off her shoes and socks and checked inside each one. She was already crying at this point, but he told her that innocent people cooperate and only guilty ones cry and make scenes. Then he said he knew where girls like her hide things and made her take off her shirt. She was begging him to stop, but he just kept going. He actually unhooked her bra himself, saying he needed to check the underwire. Then he made her pull her jeans down to her ankles. The worst part was when he made her stand there in just her undies and told her to turn around slowly, with her arms up, and then jump 3 times. She said he kept saying she was being dramatic and that innocent people would never act so guilty. This went on for 40 minutes. When he finally let her get dressed, he walked her out through the food court where everyone could see her all messed up. 3 kids from her school saw her. He told her he'd be watching every time she came back to the mall. She showed me bruises on her arms where he grabbed her. I was seeing red. I wanted to kill him. I told Susie I was going to fix this and drove straight back to the mall. I went to the management office first, and the weekend manager started to brush me off. But then I told him what happened and what the security guard looked like according to Susie, and his whole demeanor changed. He closed the door behind us, and he told me his own daughter had been assaulted by a teacher when she was 15. He said he knew what I was going through and he wanted to help. He called Marcus, the security guard, in immediately, and when he came in, I immediately laid it all out to him. His response made me sick. That creep kept saying that what he did was standard procedure and protocol, but the manager cut him off. He told Marcus that if it came to it, he'd testify that he saw Marcus take my daughter to an isolated office for 40 minutes and saw her come out disheveled and crying. Marcus went pale. He went to respond, but the manager then told him to sit there and shut up while he called the owner. The owner arrived within 20 minutes. I thought with the manager on my side, Marcus would face consequences, but I was wrong. The owner told me that as bad as my claim sounds, he is unable to do anything. He can't even fire Marcus. You see, the room that Marcus took my daughter into had no cameras surveilling it from the inside. There was no video proof. I saw Marcus's face transform into this creepy smile when he said it. I'm pretty sure it even creeped the owner himself out. Either way, after leaving the mall, I immediately went to the police. Sadly, they said without cameras, it was, he said, she said. I contacted a lawyer that night, but he told me a criminal case was unlikely, and a civil case would take years. I remember hearing Susie crying at 3 a.m., unable to sleep, too traumatized to even speak to me about it. And that's when I decided to handle it myself. I knew that the one thing I had on my side was the community. Our town was small, 8,000 people small. One bad comment could spread fast and ruin you. I knew this. So the next day, I went back to the mall with screenshots of an anonymous post Susie had written about what happened with the security guard. The manager was there, and he backed me. We told the owner, with Marcus in the office present, that either Marcus gets fired and we sign a settlement for what happened to my daughter, or the post goes live naming the mall and Marcus specifically. In a town of 8,000, we both knew this would bankrupt the mall before they could even counter posts. I saw Marcus's face drop. He looked at the owner, and the owner looked back at him with this look that stated we both knew what he was going to choose. 2 hours later, Marcus was fired and banned from the property. They offered $75,000 for us to keep quiet about the mall's involvement. We took it. But guess what? Susie still posted anonymously about Marcus himself. His reputation was ruined overnight. He had to move out within weeks because of the harassment. Sometimes doing it yourself is the only way to get justice.